بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Dear students, welcome to Army Public School and College PMA Kakul Resource Network. Before we start our today's lecture of Social Studies, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon. Students, in this particular lecture, we are going to cover the syllabus of week number 9 and 10. These 2 weeks will have the chapter Citizenship. It is chapter number 4. The subtopic is being a hero or heroine and Hakeem Muhammad Said. I am your teacher Rahatul Malik. Before we could move on, I would very much like you to learn about the objectives we are going to achieve after we are done with this particular topic. First, that with this topic we would learn about the characteristics of a hero or heroine. We would learn about the life history and contribution of national and international heroic figures, and then we would be able to relate the contributions of these heroes to real life heroes. Okay, to start with, I would like you to recognize these two faces. You might have come across so many blogs or articles or journals about these two people. So we will be starting with this man to the left side. This is the picture of Dr. Abdul Khan. He is a scientist from Pakistan and he has a very familiar contribution to his credit, that is that he started and established the nuclear program of Pakistan. Then this gentle face is that of Abdul Sattar Edhi, one of the finest selfless people found in the world. He is known for his social work. Social work means he is known for the work he has done for the betterment of people around him. Then we have got two pictures. In the first picture, in this very picture, we have got two people. The one to the left side is squadron leader Hassan Siddiqui, and the one to the right is Wing Commander Noman Ali Khan. These two men are the fighter pilots of Pakistan Air Force. And their contribution towards their homeland is that they shot down two fighter jets of India in the year 2019. This very act of these two persons just stopped an all-out war that was impending in the region. Now moving on to this particular picture, you might think that what a very young boy like him could do to his homeland. Well, let me tell you that this young boy named Ehtizaz Hassan stopped a militant, a terrorist from entering into his school and targeting the students with bomb attack. So he just stopped that particular terrorist at the gate of the school and saved hundreds of lives. So he is also a hero that is to be recognized. Okay, so whenever we talk about international heroes, you might come across so many people. There could be cricketers, there could be film stars, there could be some political figures. So we would particularly be talking about the political figures to be found around the globe. So the very first person that comes to our mind as an international hero is Mahathir Mohamad. He is a political figure, means he is a person who has run the government. He is a person who belongs to the political sphere of his country. What is his office? He is actually the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And Why is he recognized as hero? Because he has done a lot. He has contributed a lot in the progress and development of his country. And as you all know that Malaysia is one of the developed countries in the world. And this man, Mahathir Mohamad, has got a lot to do with that progress. He has got a lot of contribution, a greater part in the progress and development of Malaysia. Then we have got Aung San Suu Kyi. She is the ruler of Myanmar, a country also named Burma. She is famous for her struggle that she has made throughout the political career for democracy in her country. She has fought for democracy in her country. Now, what is democracy? Democracy is that system of government in which people actually elect their representatives, and through those representatives, the people are the ones who are governing their country. So, this woman fought for democracy in her country, Myanmar. Now we have talked about so many heroes, both national and international. We have talked about Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan. We have talked about Abdul Sattar Edhi, squadron leader Hassan Siddiqui, wing commander Noman Ali Khan, Ehtizaz Hassan. Then we talked about Mahathir Mohamad, and then we talked about the leader of Myanmar. Now, what is it that has made them hero or heroine? What is that particular thing, or what are those qualities that they have in their personalities, and due to which they are being recognized as international or national heroes? So let us start with the very first one, that is that they are actually courageous and brave. The people who are supposed to be hero or heroine, or who just get this title, are actually courageous and brave. What does being courageous and brave mean? That they never are afraid of anything, nothing can fear them. Then we have got another attribute, we have got another characteristic or quality of these people, that they work very hard to achieve goals. You know that every person in the world has got some goals, he or she has got some targets in front of him or her. So to achieve those particular goals, these people work very hard day and night. Then they have got high moral values. What are moral values? Punctuality, patriotism, kindness, all these things, punctuality, all these things, devotion, etc., are moral values, and they have got high moral values. Then they have got great accomplishments. Accomplishments mean they have got some achievements to their credit. They must have achieved something in their lives, and we have just read about various heroes. They have got some achievements or accomplishments to their credit. The other attribute or characteristic that a hero or heroine can have is devotion. These people are devoted towards their work. Devoted means that they are focused, they are concentrated towards their work, and they have all the noble qualities or all the good qualities that a person can have. So just get back to all those heroes we have just talked about, and try to give them or attribute some characteristics to them. So you would see that there are some people who are courageous and brave. Some of them work very hard. Some have got, or all of them have got high moral values. Then all of them have got accomplishments to their credit. They are devoted people and they have got noble qualities. So if a person has got all these qualities, he or she can be regarded as a hero or heroine. Okay, now just look at this gentle face, this kind face, and try to recognize this person. He is one of the most celebrated persons of Pakistan. He is known as a heroic social worker. Social worker, as I have already mentioned, is a person who works selflessly for the people around him. So this man named Abdul Sattar Edhi was a distinguished social worker Pakistan has ever produced. He provided food, shelter, and medical treatment to thousands of destitute people and orphans. Destitute means poor, and orphans are those kids, those children whose parents, either a single parent or both the parents, have died. So this man with a gentle, a very kind face, was actually in practice very kind, very gentle. So he provided food, shelter, and medical treatment to all the poor people around him. One of the contributions in addition to this is that his ambulance service is largest in the world. As you can see this picture, this is Edhi ambulance service. Edhi ambulance service is the largest in the world, and no other ambulance service is even nearer to this particular service. This service has got maximum or largest number of ambulance. In addition to those contributions, this man also established an air ambulance service, and these services reach to remote areas, the areas where there are no roads, or even if there are roads, they are not finely built. So in those areas, air ambulance reaches out to people to help them. His people or his workers are first to reach the site of accident and natural calamity. Whenever there is an accident or natural disaster or calamity like earthquake, there is flood, there is landsliding, or anything that is natural, any natural disaster, sees or witnesses his people arriving at first. Now, what are some of the characteristics that this man used to have in his personality? That he was an honest, a compassionate, and selfless person. Compassionate means that he was a very sympathetic person. He was selfless, that he never worked for himself. Rather, all the services he provided were the services that were given to the people around him. He passed away on 8th July 2016, a day when the entire nation mourned the death of a renowned, a celebrated, a heroic social worker. Okay, since we have talked about the national hero, we have also got some international heroes. So here we have got heroic politician. Politician is a person who belongs to politics, who belongs to the affairs of government, etc. And the name of this very person is Nelson Mandela. He was the former president of South Africa, and he was a Nobel Prize winner. This prize, named Nobel Prize, is one of the greatest awards given to any person in the world. So this man, Nelson Mandela, owns this prize for his services in bringing out peace and for his struggle to ensure the provision of basic rights to black people. So this Nobel Prize is usually given to those people who work for peace, who work in the field of literature and in the field of education. Now Nelson Mandela was jailed for 27 years. For 27 years he remained in prison or jail. And why did he remain there? Because he was demanding freedom and equal rights for black population of South Africa. Now South Africa was being run by the white-skinned people who never gave the basic rights to the black population. So this very man, Nelson Mandela, he worked hard, he struggled a lot to ensure that the black people also get the same rights that the white-skinned people enjoy. After he was jailed for 27 years, he was released And when he was released from jail, what was the first thing he successfully accomplished was that he ended the unjust system called apartheid. This was a system in which the white skinned people and the black skinned people were not being kept on the same level. Rather, one was treated with more privileges, with more honors, and more comforts, while the other was not being given even the basic rights. So, because of his struggle, because of his hard work and his dedication, the people of South Africa elected him as the president of the country. And when he became the president, his greatness lied in the very fact that instead of taking revenge from the former rulers, he worked with them and unity. He talked to them and asked them to bring out with ideas, with some new concepts so that the country could be made a better place to live. So these were internationally recognized people. Now we will be talking about our real life unsung heroes. Unsung heroes are those heroes who are not recognized. Now you can see that the people around you who are found distributing ration among needy people are also heroes, because especially in this age of COVID-19, because they are taking risk of being infected by this very pandemic, this very virus, and in that part of contribution, they go door to door and distribute ration. Then we can have a taxi driver who finds someone's money and returns back honestly too, is a hero, right? Because he does not take that money, rather he delivers that particular money to the person he who deserves it, or who is the owner of that particular amount. Then the people who dive in the water to save someone from drowning are also heroes, because they are actually saving the lives of the people. And in the contemporary or the current scenario, the doctors serving in the COVID wards are heroes, because they are taking risks with regards to their health and their life. Similarly, the rescue team members who drive the COVID patients to hospital too are heroes. Or if they are taking the injured people in case of any accident, they are also heroes. These are the heroes we can find all around us on daily basis, but they are not recognized as they must be. That was all about week number 9. Now we are heading towards week number 10, and in this particular week we are going to study about Hakeem Muhammad Said, who was born in 1920 and he died in 1998. So let's talk about Hakeem Muhammad Said. But before that, we must know that why are we studying this particular person? Because we want to learn, and we would be able to learn about the life of Hakeem Muhammad Said and the contributions that he has made in the betterment of his country. So let's start. Hakeem Muhammad Said was born in Delhi in 1920. His father was Hakeem, who opened Hamdard Dawakhana in Delhi in 1906. Now, Dawakhana is something just like a medical store. In earlier times, we used to have Dawakhanas. So the very famous Hamdard Dawakhana in Delhi was opened by Hakeem Muhammad Said's father in 1906. Hakeem Muhammad Said was brought up by his brother and mother, as his father died when Said was only 2. So when Hakeem Muhammad Said was only 2 years old, his father died, and this Hamdard Dawakhana was run by his mother and brother, and both of them brought him up. When he grew up, he graduated from Tibia College in Delhi in 1940 and started practice in Hamdard Dawakhana. Then in 1947, he migrated to Pakistan, leaving behind all the luxuries and all the comforts. And 1 year later, in 1948, he founded Hamdard Laboratory in a small room in Karachi. Hamdard Laboratory is one of the famous laboratories to be found in Pakistan. Now we will be talking about this man's characteristics, or qualities this man had which made him a national hero. He was a very disciplined, gentle, punctual, and patriotic person. He worked hard and never wasted time, and he is said to have worked for 18 years, for 18 hours a day. So he worked this long per day. He published children's magazine Hamdard Nonehal because he dearly loved the children of Pakistan, and throughout his life he worked towards promoting their health, their education, and their character building. He also played a great role in protecting the rights of children. Then he produced many books for children to instill healthy habits and ethical values in children. Some of the other contributions of Hakeem Muhammad Said are that he provided free medicine to poor people. All the poor people around him were given free treatment. He treated about 5 million patients in his life and never charged fee. He promoted the education of Eastern medicine known as Tib. He established Madinatul Hikmat, the city of wisdom or knowledge in Karachi. Medina means city, Hikmat means knowledge or wisdom. He was martyred in Karachi in 1998 and was buried in his own established Madinatul Hikmat. So this was all about Hakeem Muhammad Said. He was having all the qualities, all the characteristics a hero can have in his personality. I hope you have enjoyed learning about your national and international heroes. Now it's time for your homework or assignment. Now, what you have to do is that you have to write meanings of any 10 words from both the topics. 10 words from being hero or heroine and 10 from Hakeem Muhammad Said. And once you have gone through the entire text of this topic, Hakeem Muhammad Said, from textbook page number 50, you will attempt worksheets number 1 and 2. And remember that the content review and going further part of this topic are excluded from your syllabus. So you just have to attempt worksheets 1 and 2. And one more thing, that your page number may vary because there are some people, there will be some students who will be having old books and there will be some students who will be having new books. The content is same, but the only thing is that the page number may differ or it may vary. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.